And away we go from Brisbane. Blackley to Willis, up and in for ball one.
Been one of the go-to guys, him and obviously Atherton as well. Good location right there. And that's, I actually like the first pitch. Cannot be afraid to pitch in, and then you can expand that outer half.
The 1-1. Tries to check his swing, but it's in there anyway. We'll do it again, a ball and 2 strikes. Blackley to Willis. That one's cracked out to right. Liam Taylor going back. Warning track wall. He looks up. That ball is gone. Colin Willis, a leadoff home run. And the Melbourne Aces out early, 1-0 in the first.
You get a chance to see. Looks like he got a breaking ball. That ball stayed down and in to a left.
First pitch to George. Good pitch in for a strike.
He's a big asset for this ball club.
George goes chasing behind the count, 0-2. The Bandits trailing. They tied it back up in the 6th before the Aces took the lead in the 8th. To the left, it's Dermot Fritsch, the third baseman, one away. Or third position of the order, I should say. Pops the first pitch foul. Blackley. Sharply hit foul, watch out.
When all of a sudden you've got an extra 2 innings. But
Galen out to right. Liam Taylor looks up. Oh my! Blake Galen a solo shot. Aces lead 2-0 in the first.
Just makes a mistake, middle away to a very tough hitter.
Now it's Delman Young. It doesn't get much easier from here. And Delman Young out to center. Johnny Field has a beat on it. 2 away.
A threat behind him like this.
Takes a strike. Tomshay the 3-1 down the left side. That'll drop and head for the wall. Madris into the corner. Tomshay eases into second with a 2-out double. Called a strike, 1-1.
Didn't put so much pressure in Ngope this year. He knows he's got Delman in the lineup and he's got other big hitters.
2-2. Big swing and a miss, strike 3. Travis Blackley gets out of the top of the first inning, strands a runner on second base, but the Aces do damage on a couple of solo home runs, including the leadoff shot from Colin Willis. It's 2-0, Brian Flynn behind the count. Sharply hit to the right side, a base hit. Andrew Campbell leads off with a single. Runner on first for the catcher, Nick Kale. A strike into the Milwaukee Brewers prospect. It's 1-1. Sends it back to the screen. 2-2. Called strike 3. Brian Flynn sends Nick Kale down looking. First out in the first inning. Also had a home run in Melbourne. Went back-to-back with Nick Kale Sunday afternoon against Gunnar Kine.
You know, with a strong left-handed hitting lineup by the Bandits this year, they've had their work cut out for them.
Tipped into the glove of the catcher, Romanski. It's 0-2. Andrew Campbell on first. The 1-2 to Jared Walker. Right at the second baseman, Jared Dale. Gift Ngope over to first, a double play. Brian Flynn gets out of the bottom of the first. He races the leadoff single, and the Brisbane Bandits fail to score in the bottom of the first. Big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, Barry came up through the Queensland program, just feeding off them and just developing his own game plan and approach as he matures at the plate.
Hard hit into center field. A leadoff single for Jack Barry.
And that's a guy that just needs more at-bats. He has all the physical attributes to play at this level. Those little things, the 1%ers, are so critical in games like this.
Sharply hit down the left side. That's fair. Barry around second, headed for third. Romanski into second, standing up. Runners on second and third with no outs here in the second for Melbourne. Jared just 20 years old in his 5th season with the Aces. Lutz into foul territory, though he'll run out of room.
And that's just perseverance and the club believing in him, you know, and obviously he's well sought after by the Padres organization as well.
Blackley ahead in the count here, a ball and 2 strikes. Big swing and a miss from Dale, strike 3. Blackley has his first strikeout of the second inning, his second in the game. And just one out here in the second. Back to the screen, 0-1. Back to the screen, 0-2. Blackley trying to set him down, the 0-2. Comes inside and hits him in the back. Willis down to first. He'll load the bases for Darryl George. Can't feel too good. A little bit of a pole shift on in the infield for George. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Blackley to George. Grounded foul, 1-2. We'll do the 2-2 once more. Sharply hit up the middle into center field. Barry scores from third. Everyone else moves up 90 feet. 3-0 for the Aces here in the second. Skied high, center of the diamond. Infield fly rule is called, and Fritsch makes the grab. Important second out for Travis Blackley. Hits that pitch high and deep to center field. Johnny Field going back. He looks up. That ball is gone. Delman Young, a grand slam. And it's 7-0 Aces in the second. And that one's a big one.
Yeah, you look at even the pitch right there. That ball's in on his hand. Just shows how.
Damn it, Tomshay cracks that out to left. Bly Madris, it'll hit off the bottom of the wall. And again, Tomshay cruises into second with a 2-out double. Through the legs of Campbell, the backstop, Tomshay moves to third. Lefty trying to get out of the second. He loses Ngope. That puts runners on the corners. Jack Berry will hit again here in the second.
That's what we talked about with D. San Miguel, is having some flexibility. He might go on a pitch count.
So it's Jack Berry with runners on the corners. Takes a good pitch in for a strike.
The work is going to be cut out for you with Flynn on the bump.
Jack Berry out to right. Taylor drifting over, makes the grab, and Rick Teasley gets out of the top of the second inning. But the Aces do damage and add 5 more, capped off by the grand slam from Delman Young. Starts Logan Wade off with a strike. Sharply hit to George. Over to first, one away. Now it's Bly Madris, the left fielder in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. First pitch off speed in for a strike. Hit in 250. Behind the count, 0-2. Born in Las Vegas, went to Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction, Colorado. Pittsburgh's 9th round pick in 2017. Dale on the backhand, over to first, 2 away. Another former big leaguer in Johnny Field. Swings the off speed for strike one.
Particularly anybody who played winter ball will be at such an advantage compared to someone. Aid came off a long summer because there was no baseball. Obviously, his role is try to break into a big league club and hopefully end up on that big league team.
He gets Johnny Field to swing a miss at the off-speed pitch, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the second for Brian Flynn, the Melbourne Aces. Comes in with that strike, 3-1, T20. Comes inside, Romanski draws the leadoff walk. 3 straight innings, the Aces have the leadoff man aboard. One. This is high, 2-1. To the shortstop, Wade. Walker at second. Over to first. Not in time. Dale hustling down the first base line, but the Bandits do get the first out of the inning at second base.
And I saw photos of Laddie Jr.
1-1 to Willis. In for a strike, 1-2.
You're preparing for that event. You can't turn it on and off.
Big swing and a miss. Colin Willis down on strikes. Rick Teasley, an important second out here in the third. George, a member of that Australian team that will try to qualify for Tokyo 2021.
And that's as a part-time player.
Really helps having this Australian Baseball League season. Sharply hit through the left side. 2-out single for George.
Yeah, once again, another quality at bat for George, and came up in a tough situation against Blackley. Acknowledge how important the league is, particularly for the preparation of qualifying for 21.
And speaking of Tokyo 2021, obviously we would love to see Australia qualify for the Olympics, but it's quite possible that Blake Galen would be the only person in this league that makes it to Tokyo. Pitchers do it all. Rick Teasley makes the grab in foul territory for the final out of the top of the third inning.
An offense that haven't had a lot of luck this year, so they needed a spark, and one thing Lutzy does bring is not just a spark at the plate, but in the clubhouse. The guys are not feeling where they need to be.
Big swing and a miss on the 1-1. 3-2 pitch to Donald Lutz. Only one man on the left side of the infield. It's the third baseman, Darryl George, in the shortstop position. Makes the grab.
Play at this level or high levels, you have to have the physical attributes. It comes down to the mental. Ooh, tough pitch right there. And that's really what it is trying to get that mental belief that you belong.
And Gope at short over the first 2 away. To say you took the words right out of my mouth, they've made they've taken advantage of every opportunity and made the most of it.
Same thing that young Dale at second base is. They've allowed him to mature at his own pace, not rush it, and now he's having the success they know he'll have long into the future.
Getting his feet wet and getting more and more plate appearances. And Gope charges, gloves, throws to first. Makes it look too easy. Another 1-2-3 inning for Brian Flynn. He's faced the minimum. Young, a grand slam in the second inning. Big swing and a miss. 1-1. That's with 18 runs batted in now, which leads the Australian Baseball League. Takes a called strike. Scoreless inning on Sunday in Melbourne. Ouch. Sharply hit in the right center. Another leadoff single. Aces have had the leadoff man on in every inning doubles today. In the first and second innings, he hits here in the top of the fourth. Big swing and a miss. 0-1.
Free it up a little bit and see if you can put a big number on the board.
Logan Wade at short, steps in the bag, over to first, a double play. And as quickly as Delvin Young gets on, Rick Teasley erases him, induces the double play. 2 away here in the fourth.
And he is a dangerous hitter as well. Starts swinging a hot bat. It's going to even get scary for opposing team.
It's a bat the Aces would let go in when the playoffs start here in a couple of weeks. In for a strike. Tom Shea grounded into a double play. In there, called strike 3. And Gope throws it on strikes. Teasley with another scoreless inning of relief. It keeps the Aces off the board once more to have the complete season that we've had to this point.
We talked about the Olympics and the preparation for the athletes. It's been a successful year.
2-1 to Andrew Campbell. Over to George at third. On to first, 1 away. 1-0. Off the end of the bat. Right at Jared Dale, 2 away. 3-0 in for a strike.
It's the grind. And so sometimes you mentally think you got to hit every day. Ooh.
3-1 gobbled up by Dale. Over to first. Another 1-2-3 inning for Brian Flynn has faced the minimum through 4. 3 consecutive 1-2-3 frames. He's kept Brisbane quiet to this point for Melbourne. Jack Berry, Jake Romansky, and Jared Dale. Same 3 that led off a 5-run second inning. A few of the Bandits guys on that Red Cliff Padres team.
Stuff that sometimes your best coaches can't teach.
Big swing and a miss from Barry. Strike 3. Walked in the third. It was a race from the bases on a fielder's choice. He cracks that one out to right center. That'll split the gap. Head for the wall. Turn around first. He's headed for second. And Romansky in sliding with a 1-out double. The second double of the game. So we're near the halfway point in this game. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. 5 in the second. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. Couple of pitches Teasley's gone to. They're getting Dale to chase high. Teasley a ball and 2 strikes. Dale tries to check his swing. He can't, though. Goes down swinging to that pitch that's had his number all game long. 2 away.
You get a chance to see the pitch location, and it's so hard.
Back to the top of the order for Colin Willis. He swings the pitch low. That's where Colin Willis got his career started. 4 years in independent baseball. Somewhere we talked about, Rick Teasley's made a name for himself.
His big agreement with the White Sox.
Colin Willis smacks it out to right, and will drop for a base hit. Romanski trots around third. He'll score. Willis motoring into second. RBI double. Aces lead 8-0 in the 5th. Big swing and a miss. Chases a pitch low as he drops to a knee. Likely hit 300 next season. Smacks it into right field, a base hit. Willis is waved around third. Throw home. Just in front of home plate, Willis slides in safely. An RBI single for Dale George. It's 9-0 in the 5th. Galen takes a called strike. Galen takes the 1-1 for a strike. It's 1-2. Rick Teasley, you'd rather just end it right here. Get Galen out. Off the glove of Donald Lutz. He recovers it quickly. Teasley covering first in time. Good job by Lutz and Teasley to just barely beat Blake Galen at first. Halfway through tonight's ball game, after 4.5, Donald Lutz, what a play. Melbourne Aces. Teams in that hub were able to escape to Adelaide quickly to continue the Australian Baseball League season. It's 4-5-6. Starts Wade off with a strike. Grounded out to begin the second. Taps it back in front of the mound. That PFP paying off. Flynn over to first, 1 away. All been ground balls or pop-ups. First pitch into Madris for a strike. A few Pirates prospects out in the ABL this year, including several other major league organizations have minor leaguers in this league as well. Bly Madris takes ball 4. They're really good at bat. Step in the right direction for the Bandits. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Kicks away from Romanski. Madris headed for second.
Because they can collaborate and discuss what is it like to go through the minor leagues.
Johnny Field out to left. Jack Berry back. A step in front of the warning track makes the grab. 2 away. To have this season and to be facing the highest caliber of talent the league has seen. Broken bat through the left side. George lets it go. Berry comes up firing. Bly Madris scores. Donald Lutz, the RBI single. Bandits are on the board in the 5th.
There's a chance to see it right here. So good pitch, good location. He got his ground ball. The ball just finds that hole.
Kermit Fritsch to George again. Gobbles it up onto first in time, and Brian Flynn gets that pitch just that out just a pitch too late. It's one of those Milwaukee Brewers prospects, Paxton Schultz. Hesitant to send out some of their young prospects to the ABL. Starts Delman Young off with a strike. Schultz pitched in 9 games for the Vibes. 3.86 ERAs. He get Delman Young to swing and miss 1-2. Young, Tom Shea, and Ngope. Jared Walker at shortstop. Run around first. Back to the screen. So Logan Wade moves from shortstop to second base mid-game. Tom Shea behind in the count 0-2. Gifting Ngope on deck. Tom Shea down on strikes. Really good battle, but Paxton Schultz gets him for the first out here in the 6th. Takes the first pitch for a strike. And there it is, into center field, right on cue. 2 runners on for the Aces here in the 6th with 1 out. Came back on the 14th January in a 9-7 win over Canberra. Jack Berry, first pitch swinging, pops it foul. Right when the Aces were headed to Perth, so you call up Jack Berry. He played first base final week of the regular season. Swings and misses for strike 3. Down on strikes for the second time today, and Paxton Schultz has 2 strikeouts here in the 6th inning.
Really late action. That's tough.
Tries to check his swing. Chopper to the right side, into right field. Damian Shanahan holds up Delman Young at third. So to load the bases for Jared Dale. Dale, a couple of strikeouts, is grounded into a fielder's choice. Takes the first pitch for a strike. In for a strike. Quickly 0-2. 9-1 here in the top of the sixth from Vidicon Stadium. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Jared Dale down on strikes for the third time today. Aces infield playing him to pull. And he hits right into that. Ooh, shift though. It's bobbled by the new shortstop into the game, Jared Cruz.
Anytime you're a defensive replacement for ball finds you. Slowly progressing to be one of the more dominant hitters in the league.
Swings and misses, strike two. Pop to the right. Tom Shea and Dale calling for it. Dale calls him off. Good last-minute communication. Nick Cale steps in, struck out in the first, lined out in the fourth. And the benefit there for the Aces is that they had to use a bit of their bullpen. Helps when you can rest those guys a little more.
Probably the one guy that would hope that he would go to his bullpen early.
Those two teams battling for second place. Comes inside on Cale. Taylor moves up to second. Misses inside, ball four. So after the error in the pop-out, a one-out walk to Nick Cale puts runners on first and second. And all the American teammates were just blown away at how good the Australian coffee was. That's one thing that I've heard. Jared Walker takes a calm strike.
That might keep you in the big leagues another couple of years.
Jared Walker down the left side. George into foul territory. Toughest players in this league to have to replace. But Romanski has done a good job defensively. Jared Walker down on strikes, as has Kyle Perkins for the Aces.
Here's another look at Flynn. And once again, like I said, it's just there's not a lot. Just really.
Logan Wade, a good opportunity. 2 on, 2 out. It kicks away from Romanski, and both runners move into scoring position. Couple of wild pitches in this inning for Brian Flynn. Potential second and third runs on third and second base. Trying to make that as confusing as possible for you. It's 3-1 on Logan Wade.
Base hit right here that just
loses Logan Wade. That'll load the bases for the Bandits with 2 outs in the sixth. Sharply hit to the second baseman, Jared Dale. Over to first, quiets the crowd, and ends the bottom of the sixth inning. Again, it's Matt Timms, the veteran right-hander, making his 8th appearance out of the bullpen this season. Takes the first pitch for a ball.
guys in your lineup to get more at-bats.
2-2 sent back to the screen. Payoff pitch on the way. Big swing and a miss from Willis. Strike 3. Timms is the first out of the 7th.
You get a chance to see the pitch right there. And that's his big fork.
Darryl George, 3 for 4 today. He's another guy that's bumped his average up. Came in hitting 301. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Chases for strike 3. Matt Timms, back-to-back strikeouts to open up the 7th. So the first 2 hitters off balance.
High 80s, but it's that forkball that he throws. It comes out of hand just like the fast.
He's been with Team Israel since 2017. Sharply hit at the second baseman, Logan Wade, over to first in time. And for the first time today, the Melbourne Aces have been retired 1-2-3. And a new arm on the mound for the Melbourne Aces. It's the 25-year-old right-hander, Jeremy Young, making his first appearance of the season for the Aces.
And lowered the ERA to a 1.69 ERA.
Young back even to the count, 2-2. 2-2. Called strike 3. Jeremy Young strikes out Johnny Field, first out in the 7th. First 2 batters he has to face are both former big leaguers. Johnny Field and Donald, driven in the only run of this game for the Bandits. RBI single in the 5th. into left center. Barry cuts that off. Base hit for Donald Lutz, his second of the day. Third baseman has grounded out twice today in the third and fifth innings. First pitch in for a strike. Called strike two. He's getting ahead early. 0-2. Pop foul. Poke to the right side. That'll drop for a base hit. Lutz takes the turn at second, headed for third. Big man has wheels into third base. Runners on the corners with one out. Another good hit for Dermot Fritsch.
Your consideration that, hey, I can play at this level.
Out to right. Willis settles under it. Lutz tagging up from third base. He'll score easily. Bandits had a run. Their second of the game. Sacrifice fly from Liam Taylor makes it 9-2 here in the seventh. All right, back to the top of the order for Andrew. I should say Andrew Campbell spot in the order, but it's a pinch hitter, Jay Myers. So Andrew Campbell 1 for 3. Now we'll see Jay Myers take a called strike. Runner on first, Dermot Fritsch with 2 outs. In for a strike. Going to try to send this game to the 8th. Good block by Jake Romanski, 2-2. To the left side, George up and over to first in time. Jeremy Young gets out of the 7th inning, but the Brisbane Bandits do score a run on the sacrifice fly from Liam Taylor. Dermot Fritsch is going to take over on the mound for the Brisbane Bandits. 9-2 the Aces lead as we head to the 8th.
Something to do with grand slams.
Yeah, no, it's quite remarkable. So he takes a called strike one there, and I have to give credit to our colleague David Penrose for shooting this to me. Out to right. Madris back on the run, makes the grab. Again out to Bly Madris. Makes the grab. 2 away. First pitch to Jared Cruz. In for a strike. Pinch hit in here. Swings and misses. 0-2. Dermot Fritsch, a 1-2-3 8th inning, strikes out Jared Cruz to get out of the frame. Original starting lineup, or of the 9 of the starting lineup, 7 of them are in different positions now. In for a strike, 2-2. Out to right. Willis back. Onto the warning track, he leaps and makes the grab.
Get a chance to see it right there. It's just ball kept carrying. There is a light breeze out to right. Willis finds a beat.
Sends it back to the screen, 0-1. Fouled off the mask of Jake Romance. Ooh, comes inside. That time it gets home plate umpire Gavin Carson.
Now, catcher will give him a breather.
Stan Musial second. A very good player in and of himself. Wade fouls that off. Sharply hit. Tom Shea scoops it first to second base. Cruz the tag. What a double play. 3-6, Day McTomshay. For the Aces, Fritsch, who threw a 1-2-3 8th inning, slings in a strike one.
Really for the athletes in creating the opportunities.
Sharply hit. Walker from shallow left field. Across the diamond, his throw is high. Barry dashes off for second. And no outs. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Skied to right. Madris into a slide. He can't get there in foul territory.
Playing under manager John Dable as a national coach, we talked about the execution. And if we could execute 70% of the time in a ball game, you chance to see the pitch right here. Pretty nasty right there. Just a little bit of a sidearm. Probably not as nasty as Morley's, but same principles.
Now it's Jared Dale. Fouls the first pitch back. Back to the screen quickly, 0-2.
Yeah, and that happens. I mean, and then tomorrow he puts up a 3 spot. So
out to right. Madris measures up, makes the grab. 2 away.
And change its speed, so just keeping hitters a little bit off. Good spot once again.
Hobart in the first, doubled in the fifth. Has driven in a couple of runs. He sends one into right field. Barry chugging around third. Throw beats him home in time. What a relay from Blind Madris in right.
Again, timely 2-out hitting for the Aces. Really only 8 games away from playoffs.
Fouled away.
That's the challenging part, and
shot out to left. It'll hit off the top of the wall. Madris slides into second, a leadoff double.
Up the food ladder.
First pitch from Young, in for a strike to Johnny Field.
Games in double headers, it really start to stretch you.
Just grounded foul.
Him and Walker as well. If those 2 bats can catch a light.
Into center, it's Blake Galen. Donald Lutz 2 for 3, a couple of singles. Driven in a run and scored a run.
Brought that, and as well as his leadership.
Pops it to the left. George into shallow left field. Camps under it, makes the grab 2 away.
And played pretty good defense tonight.
Yeah,
So
looked good at third base.
if he can finish up with a knock, he brilliant job. And obviously Delman knocking on his door.
It's interesting because if you look at the box score, hope you'll be with us. Pops it up to the right side. Tom Shea underneath it, and that's the ball game. Jeremy Young locks down the save, and the Melbourne Aces pick up a 9-2 victory over the Brisbane Bandits in the first game of this 4-game series.